Well, still getting ready to head back. Even though I got here around 11:30, it's now almost 2. Still haven't left. Still driving around to different places. Kind of hard to keep a perfect 100% full self-driving score when they can't tell me where they want to go first. It's, oh, turn here, turn here, turn it here. So, yeah. Now stopping at a Korean supermarket. Before we head on to the rest of our trip. Of course, we also have to go eat someplace. I don't know what. Pig's ears. And some pig's feet. I don't know. And then some noodle soup. I think that was also pork. But I noticed that when I had to take over and do a little bit of driving in the apartment complex parking lot, then my daily uploaded. And it's like every trip all day long. Nothing but FSD for the most part. But yeah, for the day view, yeah, we're still at 100%, 361. Probably a 0.5, half a mile that I actually drove. And no way I can, tell the car to look for the crazy Chinese lady waving her arms and go there. But that's what I have to deal with sometimes. But it's funny, even coming here, it's like she's telling me to pick this parking space, pick that parking space. I'm like, I'm not driving, I'm just sitting here. The car's doing it. Tell the car. Oh, wait, we can't tell the car what parking space. It chooses on its own. So, waiting for them. Driving in McAllen, Harlingen, Brownsville, different shopping center, different malls and stuff like that. I really do enjoy these shopping centers here in Chinatown. The people are very courteous, very polite. Even when I was going through my trash away, the guy pushing the grocery carts took it from me and threw it away for me. I'm like, well, thank you. I mean, and even eating at the restaurant there, very small little restaurant, very unique food. The tree fungus was good. Not sure what you actually called it, but that's the closest translation I can get to it. It was like the staff and everybody's very friendly. I mean, I hate to say it, it just. It's just their personality is different. And it varies from place to place to place. It's 87 here in Chinatown and Houston. At this time, I will have 3 stops on the way back. It'll be a pretty quick trip. Well, not a quick trip. We're still looking at well over 6 hours, about 6 hours, 5 hours and 42 minutes with the 3 stops. One for 9, 12, and 3 or 8. Stopping 3 times in 6 hours is not bad. It's like once every 2 hours. So maybe another $30. So $50 round trip. But so far today, the first leg of it was 361 miles. 361 on full self-driving. All I know, she told me to wait here while she goes to the grocery store and grabs some groceries. I remember being dragged into someone's birthday party here in Chinatown, here in Houston. A whole bunch of different people. I mean, different walks of life. Dishwashers, you name it. We're was at this big birthday bash. I'm sitting at a table. I'm looking at the 2 guys sitting next to me, and they look quite familiar. They weren't Chinese, but they looked familiar. And when I started talking to them, I found out they've been in several Jackie Chan movies. So I'm sitting here having dinner at a table with a couple of movie stars, basically. And the lady sitting next to me was a dishwasher at a local restaurant. You don't really see that much in any other cultures, I have to say that. They just look at everybody as their brothers, sisters. So we got a 6-hour trip, and we'll have 2 bags down here full of different food and snacks. And she said something about grabbing more fruits for the road, so it'll be nonstop eating on this trip, as usual. Probably tons of grapes and stuff. Where I'm used to just having my coffee. Or water. Yes, a lot of times when I have my container here, it's just water. Sometimes I'll mix some herbal tea in there. What herbal tea do I have with me now? And if I look down here, it's a good medicinal herbal tea, but it's honeysuckle herbal tea. I'll add that to the water. Usually I get yelled at because I'm not adding it to hot water, but I can't drink hot tea. One drawback about having dentures, it loosens up the denture cream and my teeth start falling out. So it's easier for me to drink iced coffee and stuff than anything hot. I don't know what else to say. But I just have to wait. Hopefully it won't be much longer. I don't know what else she's suffering for. One thing about most of the Asian people that I know, their concept of time is not there. And it's kind of funny, she was telling me to find someone to drive out to Houston first so I can get paid both ways, but I don't think she understands that it's not that easy to find someone who wants to go all this way. Most of them are just flying. Oh, my. So at this time, we'll be getting to the destination at about 8 o'clock at night. And that's an hour and a half from the island. So that gets me back at the LA 9:30, 10. So with the Tesla's insurance, no driving between 11 p.m. and 4 a.m. I started around 5. Hopefully we'll get back by 10. That's a full day for me. Doing Uber and Lyft yesterday, driving all day. I was lucky to break $120, $130 for the day. Yeah. I think I charged how many times yesterday? 2 times? That's for the year so far. Going to billing history. So yesterday I charged only one time, $10.40. Day before I charged twice for like $13 or $14. And so far today, we've done 2 stops, one for $12.02, the other one for $11.25. So we spent $23.27. And I still have 153 miles of range left. Now, it wants me to get to the Wharton Supercharger with 32%. I could probably go a little bit further, get to Victoria, get a little bit lower, but it's a slower supercharger. And I probably should go look for her. She might be wondering the parking lot forgot where we parked. What else can I say? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to end this now, and hopefully we'll be moving here shortly. A lot of good vegetables there. I don't know why, whenever I go to the Asian markets, it seems like they have more vegetables, better prices. But I don't know.
And beachfront?
Yes, please, for the 3rd time. Set it to the Holiday Inn.
Setting the route to Holiday Inn Resort South Padre Island, beachfront on Padre Boulevard in South Padre Island. Navigation started.
Okay, where are you navigating to?
Routes aborted. No active navigation. I'll set it to Holiday Inn Resort South Padre Island, beachfront on Padre...
Yes, do that, please.
Setting the route to Holiday Inn Resort South Padre Island, beachfront on Padre Boulevard in South Padre Island. Navigation started.
Okay, where are you navigating to?
Routes aborted again. No active navigation.
Okay, this is the,
Shall I try setting...
This is the 5th time. Yes, please try setting it again, please.
Setting the route to Holiday Inn Resort South Padre Island, beachfront on Padre Boulevard in South Padre Island.
Okay, navigate there, please.
Route still aborted. No active navigation.
Okay, goodbye. Okay, R, can you please navigate to the Holiday Inn Beach Resort, South Padre Island, please?
Got the Holiday Inn Resort, South Padre Island beachfront, about 65 miles away.
Okay, please navigate there.
Navigation to Holiday Inn Resort, South Padre Island beachfront started. It's 22 miles away, about 24 minutes, with a quick supercharger stop in Mercedes first.
Okay.
Let me know if you want to adjust.
That's it. Thank you. Goodbye. Yeah, just getting done with my day, and I started recording in the middle there. After about 5 attempts of trying to get Grok to navigate to the Holiday Inn Beach Resort, it kept saying it was aborted each time. Finally got it this time. Yeah, it works great sometimes when it works. When it doesn't work, it doesn't work. When it works, it works. So at least it does work when it works. It'll be ashamed if it doesn't work when it works. It'll be kind of weird if it works when it doesn't work, but who knows? It is frustrating, and I get a chuckle out of it. I get aggravated at it, and I get fussing at it, and it's amazing how many times it says it's navigating there, and I ask it where it's going. It's like, oh, it was aborted again, and it kept trying to redo it over and over again. We do have the Christmas mode going on here. Like I said, it's kind of neat that you see the legs of the reindeer running. I think they really should change this a little bit more, not just like regular reindeer. You know, maybe for small compact cars, do little does, and for, you know, a big SUV, do a big buck or something. So we have different sizes based on the size of the vehicle. Maybe would be nice. But the friend I was driving was wondering why the one pulling the car, their legs are stationary. Which that was like the first thing they noticed. But yeah, it's been a long day. It's 9 o'clock, and I'm trying to head back to the island. I've been driving since 5 this morning. So yeah, I started my day waking up at 4:30, getting on the road around 5, getting back to the island. It's fun. Now I got to get the smell of the durian fruit out of the car. They love their durian fruit. I don't like it. That's one of the fruit that I don't really care for. Those things have a huge seed in them too. I mean, huge seed. I think it might be the largest seed out there. In a fruit. Hey, I got a question for you. The durian fruit, they have a big, huge seed in them. Is that correct?
Yeah. Durian fruits have large seeds, usually 3 to 5 per fruit, each a couple inches long, wrapped in that creamy flesh. You can even cook and eat the seeds if you want.
What does that flesh taste like?
Durian flesh tastes creamy and custardy, like a mix of sweet vanilla, so creamy onions, depending on who you ask. It's super divisive. Love it or hate it.
It has an odd smell, though.
Yeah, that infamous smell hits like rotten onions, sewage, or garbage to most folks. But fans catch sweet custard or fruity notes underneath.
But
So yeah,
but it tastes
potent
like
stuff.
custard. Okay. Um, what other fruits have a seed that big?
Jackfruit has huge. So jackfruit seeds are big, like durians. Plus, avocado pits and cherimoya stones are chunky too. Mangoes and peaches have pretty sizable ones inside.
But the durian fruits are bigger than those, aren't they?
Nah, actually, jackfruit fruits are way bigger, up to 80 pounds and 2 feet long, while durians max out around 7 to 14 pounds. Avocado, cherimoya, mango, and peach are all much smaller overall.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Goodbye.
Anything else?
Yeah, for me, honestly, I've never tried the durian fruit. It's that smell that gets to me. And we kind of go by smell too much. So if it tastes like custard, I mean, I might have to give it a try one day. But yeah, it's like that's one thing. If you know an Asian, if you know a Chinese person, they're almost always eating, and it's like for the entire drive from Houston to here. Not only did we go out to lunch first in Houston, but it was like no more than 3 minutes after getting on the road, I'm being handled oranges and apples and everything else. I mean, got a couple extra oranges for me here. It's like nonstop. Then next thing I know it, fine, finish the apple, finish the oranges. Taking my time eating those, and an hour into the ride, next thing I know, here comes some sushi, and I'm getting fed sushi. I'm like, oh, okay. I definitely don't go hungry when I'm driving some of my Chinese friends. That's for sure. And then even when we got to the destination, they wanted to take me out to dinner. I'm like, it's late, so I'm heading back now to the island. We got to do a quick little stop here in Mercedes. I did 3 little quick stops on the way here from Houston. And she was kind of blown away. It's like, okay, not once did I ever touch the brake, the accelerator, do any steering or anything at all. The only time I took over is when I got to the place here. I drove around the back of the building to unload everything. So, that's going to give me maybe a mile or something like that on the FSD for the day. Let me see what my daily status is. My Model 3 is downloading 2025.44.25.4 of the software. That's old hardware 3. There is a new version of Full Self-Driving out, and its software, and it's 14.2.2. So it looks like a little bit upgrade, probably some bug fixes and what have you. Not sure when I'll start seeing that. But anyway, what I was trying to do over here in the safety score for the daily breakdown, what do we have here? We have a total miles driven is 694 miles. Full self-driving, 693 miles. So 1 mile is what it kind of counted out to. I don't know if it's exactly 1 mile, but I did take over in the parking lot there and tell it to park somewhere. And then in the apartment complex, I had to do a little bit of driving there myself to hunt them down. But now we're heading back to the island. So I'm going to be well over 700 miles for the day, maybe about 750 miles for the day. And only 1 mile of that on not full self-driving. Which made it kind of easy as we're driving. We can sit there and chit chat. I can use Chat GPT, or Grok sometimes helps translations, but it's not doing a good job anymore. Or Google Translate, and it gets frustrating back and forth. Try to translate. Yeah, most of my day was on interstates, highways. But like I say, it is completely, it does an incredible job. And the only time I'm taking over is near the end when trying to get to an exact part in a parking lot or a certain space in a parking lot. Or in some apartment complexes. Especially if you're unfamiliar, you have to look for someone. I think I still have there's another bag of food in the back too. Still more food we didn't go through yet. But we're looking at, this is a 2026 Tesla Model Y, long range, single motor with the tow package. When I got this, just in case I want to tow something. Full self-driving will not work when towing something. Now, if I have an extended carrier on the back, I don't know if it will work with that either. That's something I'm unsure about. It will kind of block the camera. It uses that camera, so it may give it limited full self-driving with an extended carrier, but I would really be cautious about that, especially when it's backing up to something, because it's going to assume there's, it'd be nice if we had a place to put in how big what we have on the back is, or if it can tell itself, so it knows how much room it has to mess with. But judging the way it backs up to some of these superchargers, I think, some of those carriers will be okay. Sometimes it just doesn't go back far enough. But yeah, we're a little over 6 months in this car here, and I'm already at 77,877 miles. So we'll be at 77,900 by the end of the evening. And coming up on, the 25th, as far as the 14.2 autopilot goes, I have put 13,167.1 miles in the car. The car has driven 13,126.5 of those miles. So 67 minus 26 is, come on. That is 41 miles. 141 miles have I actually driven. Now, there are some people out there, yeah, it's great that they're on the leaderboard of having a 100% FSD experience on a 3,000 mile road trip. Okay, that's you. You're going on a road trip. I could easily do the same thing, but unfortunately, I'm driving customers. I'm picking up people, so I have those instances where I get to them where I just have to take over at the last part. Otherwise I can let the car go ahead and mess up and get in the wrong parking space, and then keep trying it over and over again until it gets it correct. But I don't have time. I'm trying to make money here. In a real world driving, yeah, you can be 100% full self driving. It's still 99.9, in that range. I think I'm at 99.97, something like that. She plans to be here till the end of January, and then she may be going to Chicago. She was going to ask me to drive her to Chicago. And I appreciate them greatly, because she asked me how much. I gave her a price, and they just said that was too little and gave me more. So I appreciate that. I'm in it for a nice, profitable day. So for me, it was definitely worth it. But they were also apologizing because they think, it wasn't enough. They think it should be a lot more. Especially since I did the drive from here to there to go pick her up and then drive her here. Direct, pay customer / friends that, kind of makes it worth it. Now, I could, doing my IT work, working on networks and stuff, the outsourced stuff, I would not have made as much today. So, doing Uber and Lyft, no, I would have not made anywhere near what I made today. But with the full self-driving, it's just so much more relaxing. It is almost like free money in a way. But not. It's still my time, my money. And I think Uber and Lyft are you know, they're paying the drivers less, but, you know, Uber's also getting more involved with Waymo. And I think it's going to hurt a lot of people who actually rely on this for a living. You know, right now I kind of rely on it for a living. This is what I'm doing for a living right now. But you know, when the Powerball hits, and you know my numbers hit, that's $1.6 billion, man. I might still be doing this. I don't know. Might be doing this in a couple Cybertrucks. So don't even bother playing the Powerball because I want it. Don't worry about that. Would be nice. And honestly, no, I didn't buy any Powerball tickets. Because if I know if I go get a Powerball ticket, they're not going to hit. You know, the one time my mom tells me to play the lottery for her and she gives me the numbers to play and I don't play them and they hit. That's my luck. That's Murphy for you. I always kind of wonder why it wobbles like that. Looks like we got the sleigh. Where did the reindeer go? Did we disconnect them? There they are. Okay. And I guess that is the supercharger, is the snowman? Who knows? What would happen if I hit that? Nothing graphically really changed. It's still the snowman. Okay, sadly, like I was talking about before, if I have a rack on the back, I don't really have to worry about it too much sometimes. Yeah, it didn't go back far enough, so I'm gonna have to back up myself, because the cable won't reach. And under the settings, you know, I have it for you know, being very close. What was that? Other dynamics? What was it? Customize? Yeah. I have it as low as I can, 12 inches. But yet it left such a big gap there. This is actually going to be a very quick charge, about 2 minutes, just to get enough to get to the island and then use the destination charger when I get there. So we can start looking at some of the numbers here for the day. So far, it's 717 miles on full self-driving and 717 miles total. So yeah, when we had that 1 mile discrepancy, it's probably half a mile. It depends on where we're at on the rounding. So only a half a mile I drove. Where supercharging is 34 cents a kilowatt here. It's actually cheaper in Houston. And so, and how many more miles do we have left to go? We have another 50 miles of driving to go. So 717. So we're looking at 767 miles total. And I go by history. The 22nd, we spent $12.02, $11.25, $6.75, $13.68, and $8.32. Okay, and this charging session is almost done. Hey, Ara, can you add this up for me? $8.32 plus $13.68 plus $6.75 plus $11.25 plus $12.02. And we also want to add $2.55 to that.
832 plus 1368 is 22. Then plus 675 is 2875. Plus 1125 is 40. Plus 1202 is 5202. Plus 255 comes to 5457.
Okay, and I drove 767 miles total. What does that come down to per mile?
$54.57 divided by 767 miles comes to about 7 cents per mile.
Okay, so we're still working around 7 cents per mile for the entire trip. You know, that's not bad, right, going to Houston and back.
So, going to Houston and back, that's solid at 7 cents per mile.
So, yeah, that last amount we added actually came out to be $2.71, not $2.55.
Okay, swapping that to $2.71 brings the total to $54.73. Still about 7 cents per mile for those 767 miles to Houston and back.
Now, this is what I mean by navigation error here. It looks like it wants to go to the right, but
yeah,
it's
sounds
not.
Like the nav's
it's actually going to the left, the right way. I don't know why this guy's doing a U-turn, going the wrong way.
Yeah, that guy's U-turning into trouble. Stay left.
Well,
You're good.
You didn't see what he was doing, so quit pretending like you saw what he was doing.
Sorry, my bad. Just going off what you described. What's the nav showing now?
We're heading... Well, you should know what the nav's showing now. Network error. Yeah, I'm going to need for bridge. I'm connected to my Starlink. You should know what the nav's showing now.
Next turns left onto US 83 East in 0.6 miles. Looks like you're good if you stayed left.
Okay, goodbye. Yeah, so yeah, we're heading back to the island. Yeah, 7 cents per mile. It's a decent amount of money to spend for traveling, especially when I'm not driving. I'm just sitting here relaxing. We still have to pay attention to the road, but we dealt with fog, we dealt with rain. There was a couple of deer every now and then. A couple of small towns we went through. Completely zero interventions except for when I got to the apartment complex or there at the shopping center. it makes traveling relaxing. And even though I have been going since 5 a.m. and it's now 19 p.m., we're going to get there at 10:14 p.m. I'm not tired. I mean, I am tired, but I'm always tired. But I'm not tired. And the car is definitely not tired. It's handling everything beautifully, and if there was no late night driving, I can let her hop in the seat and don't have to worry about it. Just tell her watch the road and let the car drive. I don't know if she has a driver's license or not, so that might not be the best thing, but she does have her driver's license. I've seen her drive a few times. But she's going over talking to all her friends, Tesla. I'm just sitting here. The car's doing everything. I did have a few times when I had to touch the steering wheel, especially when I was trying to eat while driving, when it saw that my hands were not free. It doesn't like it when you're eating something that's requiring both your hands. And when I'm being served food while I'm driving that requires me to use chopsticks, that's kind of hard to have my hands free. And, I've gotten really good at chopsticks. I mean, I'm sitting there picking up peanuts with my chopsticks. When you look at robotics, everybody wants to talk about the hands, but look at what you can do with just a pair of chopsticks. I keep several pairs in the car with me all the time, and I cannot tell you that it's coming in handy. I've used them to reach down in between cracks of the seats to pick up a screw or a nut or something I dropped. Once you get used to using chopsticks, there's quite a bit you can do. And, the Christmas mode is really nice, but it is sometimes distracting with that huge snowflake that occasionally goes by. It just catches me out of the top corner of my eye. I haven't actually seen it myself. I just see something big going across the screen. But this is beautiful. I mean, what is 14.2.2 going to have? How much of an improvement is that going to be? Will we see a 14 Lite for the Hardware 3 machines? It'll be nice. I might at least pay for 1 month of FSD in the old Model 3 just to see how it is if we do get a 14 Lite. I've barely driven that Model 3 any since I've gotten the Model Y. But I mean, it makes for a good day. Now, today is the 22nd, and Christmas is coming up. I'll probably be driving Christmas Day. driving New Year's Eve too. Non-stop driving. I do drive 7 days a week, 10 to 14 hours every day now. I'm living in this car. I just get back to the room and go to sleep. I don't even have time to do anything there. I have a refrigerator full of dumplings and steamed buns. I'm not there to cook them. But I've noticed in standard mode and chill mode, it doesn't seem to be staying close to the speed limit like it used to. That was a big snowflake. I just actually saw that one. I think there's been bigger ones across the screen. And, I'm trying to just share my experiences with full self-driving and what it's like. And I need to catch up on my time-lapse videos. I'm falling way behind on that. Trying to free up space on the hard drive, trying to get rid of some of these drive videos, just uploading them and then having ChatGPT look at the transcript and help me come up with the title and stuff. And it keeps wanting me to do a whole bunch of shorts, and I need to sit down and do that. But it's not easy when I'm always driving. Now, please. I can guarantee you, once unsupervised full self-driving comes out where I don't have to be paying attention to the road, then yeah, I will be editing videos and stuff when I can legally do that and get a whole lot more done while the car does everything. I mean, imagine what you could do with that. You could sit down and just put a complete lap desk over here with your computer and everything, and you're heading towards different job sites that you work on. But while the car does the driving for you, you're coordinating things over the phone. You're over here, and you pop in and you pull up, Zoom, and you get on a conference call, and you're telling the people what you're planning to do, and I want to be there, and how long until we get there? Okay, I'll be there in 45 minutes. It gives you more freedom. It will make you more productive to be able to do all your work while the car is doing the driving for you. But when it's also doing that stuff like that, Uber and Lyft, and it's gonna hurt the people, like I say, that is really doing this for a living. This is already, the rides that Uber and Lyft pay on is only 65% of what they're charging. They're keeping about 65% of that. It goes to corporate insurance and other fees and what have you, however they want to put it down. But it does work out to the driver only making about 40 cents per mile. Is basically what it looks like it's working out to. Now, if it's costing me 7 cents per mile to drive, that's not too bad. But it's not what it used to be. And you got people out here buying brand new cars, trying to do Uber and Lyft for a living, and they bought the brand new car to make more money doing Uber and Lyft, and now Uber and Lyft is taking more of that money, so they're not making that money. Did I buy this Tesla Model Y to try to make more money on Uber and Lyft? No. I bought it because the federal tax credits were expiring soon. My Model 3 has 360,000 miles on it. It is still running good, but I don't know for how much longer. So with that, plus my veterans discount, plus my loyalty discount, plus a referral code, it got it into a reasonable range for me to go ahead and purchase. So that's why I got it. It just so happens I do Uber and Lyft. But if I didn't buy it, I'll still be driving the Model 3. Now having two makes it a little bit easier. If anything needs to be done on this car and it's in the shop, I can drive the Model 3. 77,901 miles in this car already, and 0 issues. Zero issues. A few windshields, but they take care of that pretty quickly now. But even when I drop it off to have a windshield, they say we're done in the afternoon, I can hop in my Model 3 and drive and make money with that. I would really love to see options for full self-driving, a daily fee, a daily option instead of monthly, or a weekly option. I just don't drive the car enough to justify $99 a month. You want to charge me $5 a day? Okay. Then when I drive it, I wouldn't mind paying that extra $5. And I think that'll get more people experiencing full self-driving. But I know I've said that before, but we should be getting back to the hotel with 8% battery. I'm at, like I said, going on to 78,000 miles. So around 80,000 or 85,000, I do plan one evening to do another battery health check. The last one I done on this car was 83%. It's the curve, not linear. So it's been, around the, past, it's been holding at that. I haven't seen any more range loss. That's not to say the car is not going to keep losing range. It will, but it's not, it slows down on how much range it loses over time. My Model 3 is at 360,000 miles. It's at 70% battery capacity. It's been like that for at least the past 70, 80,000 miles. So it's kind of curved out and it's leveling out. Did have someone make a comment saying, oh, well, if it's at 70%, Tesla needs to replace the battery. It has 360,000 miles on it. It's out of warranty. It's so many years or 300 or 120,000 miles, whichever comes first. So, this car here, we're going to have, be hitting the 120,000 miles here in less than a year. There was an option to extend the battery protection. I think it was only for like 2,000 or 20,000 extra miles, which for me, that's a month and a half. I can't see spending several thousands of dollars to extend that warranty for a month and a half once I surpass the 120,000 miles. But I can't wait to see the latest FSD software, the 14.2.2, to see what's new on that. But I also, like I say, whenever I have a new version of the FSD, I'm always a little hesitant there at the beginning. Some of the nice features, having Grok navigation, as you saw at the beginning of this section of the video, yeah, it just wasn't working. And I actually restarted Grok a couple of times there, and it seems like the third time it actually finally worked. So it's not consistent. It's doing a lot better, and it's at least they've fixed some of the little quirks I had, like when I was driving. It's like let's go there. It's like hey, where are we currently navigating to?
We're heading to the Holiday Inn Resort South Padre Island, on the beach, about 29 miles away, arriving around 10:12 p.m.
Okay.
Next turn's in half a mile, right onto Los Fresnos Port Isabel.
Okay, can you pull over for me real quick?
Sorry, I can't physically pull over. That's something you need to do safely yourself. Let me know if you want me to cancel the nav or help with anything else.
No, that's it. Goodbye. So, yeah, it's nice that they got that fixed, unlike what I was experiencing. And that wasn't in a different software. It was still the same version software. That's something they're working on the back end of Grok. Since it's going to the servers for the Grok for the navigation. That stuff they can change on their side without having to do a software update on the car. So hopefully they can get that navigation going on greatly or correctly. Since I have 2 Teslas on my account, maybe the reason why it's having issues, it might be sending the directions to the other car by mistake. I know that if I'm on the phone here and if I'm on my other car here and I go to send directions from Google, it sends it to that car and not this one. So exactly how chat or Grok is sending the directions to the car, I'm not sure. Could be sending it to the other car. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this here. I might just re-engage one more time when we're pulling up to the hotel to do a final entire day rundown. Thank you.